Hello, my name is again Joshua Derricks, and this is my OS side of my PC build computer engineering project. Um, so I'm just gonna play, I guess, I took a video of the whole, I guess, downloading experience of dual booting. So basically, this PC you see down here, if you watched my last video, I actually fully disassembled, reassembled it. And it right now, as you can tell by the BIOS screen, pretty sure last had a wiped hard drive. And basically, I was tasked with um, dual booting the machine with both Windows 10 and Linux, which I chose Linux Mint because personally that's what I like most. Okay, so I had Linux pre-installed on the machine, as you can see. So I just kind of play around with the OS. We're just going to skip through all of this, just checking it out. So turn it off. Right there, I brought my own USB USB drive. So that's just a regular thumb drive. I think it's 16 gigabytes. I went to the um, Windows website and downloaded the ISO for Windows 10 onto that. Well, like the installer per se. So I plug it right in. I got Tahim. They're all helping me out. Great guys. Love those people. So I think I clicked USB boot from. So that was before that, I guess, menu went away. That was a boot menu, so you can choose whether you want to boot from the hard drive, from the DVD drive, from the USB drive. So you got to choose boot from USB drive. So PC is not responding. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay, that was a little too soon. Okay, so right here, boot from USB drive. That's what I selected with my USB Windows installer in the PC. Adam is showing off his lovely meme right here. Kind of an Adam moment. Yes, I'll skip forward. Okay, that was a little too far. So we get greeted by a nice Windows screen. And there we go. We got the Windows installer. Choose your language, choose your location, all that kind of basic stuff, fun stuff. Uh, I'm looking for English Canada. Yes. So we'll skip forward. So now we're greeted by, I think this is terms and service, something like that. It's kind of hard to see on this tiny monitor. Let's see. No, actually, this is the installment. No way. Okay, okay. So there's more stuff to set up. Yes, okay. So I think this is choosing where you want to download it. I just picked unallocated space. Okay, no, this is terms and service right here. You, yeah, there's, okay, this is where you pick um, where you'd like to download it. I just deleted, basically, so I had Linux, I think Ubuntu pre-downloaded on this computer. So I just completely delete the old uh, download installation of Ubuntu and wipe it with Windows 10. So the thing about dual boot, which is actually kind of funny, is that you can't. So for dual boot, right, you download one OS and then you download a second OS, right? So you can either. But the thing about Windows is that you have to download Windows 10 first, partition the drive, and then download your second OS, which is Linux Mint or Ubuntu, onto that partition because Windows is a bully and wants to always, I guess, wants to have more control. I don't know. You just have to do it that way. That's how I did it. More installation progress screens. Yeah. I asked a friend for some help with how you'd install it. There we go. That's the Okay, this is the installation menu, slowly installing. And I bring the laptop closer, I guess, get a better look. And there we go, it's done. For some reason, okay, I actually installed it basically twice because I thought this was a glitch and it bugged out. But what happened was the PC restarted, and because it booted last off the USB, it decided to boot again off the USB. So I actually ended up, let's play this, downloading Windows a second time. It doesn't hurt because basically what happened was I wiped the old drive. So yeah, kind of funny until I talked to Miss Harris, and she basically explained to me the fact that um, just boot off the DVD because I guess now that Windows is fully installed. Yeah, my bad. Kind of made that mistake. I guess I was new to this whole installing Windows thing. So video is over, and I guess we're booting in Windows now off the actual hard drive. As you can see from down here, there is no USB. There is no, what is it called? USB drive in the PC. So we're gonna move on to my next video, which I think is this one. Is this the right video? Okay. So okay. So this is where I realized I got Miss Harris helping me out here. This is where I realized, oh shoot, don't boot off the USB, boot off the actual hard drive, since now Windows has been installed on the hard drive, if that makes sense. So yeah, boot off the hard drive, Windows. This is like completely normal for a Windows PC. Got your welcome screen right there. Getting stuff ready. All of Windows automatic, stuff. So we can just skip through all this. Definitely took its dear time. My goodness, now you got another loading screen. Look at that. Okay, so now we're greeted by, let's start, which region's right for you, keyboard layout, let's connect to a network. To here, actually have this really cool Wi-Fi dongle that I plugged in. So these old PCs actually don't even have like Wi-Fi, wireless internet built in. You have to use a Ethernet cable. That's how old these things are. So I actually use Tahir's. Tahir has this dongle which gives a computer, I guess, Wi-Fi. Like this right here, this USB dongle. Ignore the wire, but you'd plug it in and it would basically give the PC Wi-Fi. So we tried to just set up the PC with Wi-Fi, but it requires like an account and stuff like that. So if you just boot up the PC without Wi-Fi, then you don't have to make an official Windows account and all that jazz. Yeah, so right here, let's add your account. I thought about putting my own Microsoft account in that, but that's not a good idea. I don't want that to get hacked. So anyways, fast forward, we decide, okay, we're gonna take out the Wi-Fi. Setting up the password. Miss Harris, you should know the password. I'm not gonna say it on this video, but so security questions. Those are all the security questions Harris wanted us to set up. Awesome possum. More, I guess, small little Windows things set up. Cortana. Yep. And another loading screen. A lot of those. A lot of those. Okay, there we go. Windows is fully installed. Look at that. That is awesome. Okay, so I think class is over. Video's almost over. I think it took me like 3 days to set this up. Okay, so let's move on to the next video. I think this is the last one. There we go. Last video of getting Linux Mint and Windows 10 on a dual boot. So I think first thing I do, check out the BIOS, mess around, play around with fan speed, date and time, just have fun. Okay, so now we boot into Windows, which we installed in the last video. So I was just searching up on my phone how to partition a hard drive. So basically, in a dual boot, you have one partition. You have your one hard drive, right? So you have one partition where you install your one OS, and your other partition where you install your secondary OS. And these partitions, they can't actually talk to each other, right? They're completely separate ecosystems. So right here, this is Windows Disk Manager, and just, I guess, searching up how to do it. I was new to all this stuff. Now I know. So now I got my partition. I don't know if you saw that. So that's how it was before. Now I have this and this, which are my two partitions. So I did the math, got a perfect, took the number of gigabytes on the hard drive, divided it by 2. That's one partition. That's the other. Pretty standard stuff. So now, I'm just double checking. Shut down the PC. Press the BIOS key. So there's a key that stops you from booting like normally into Windows. If you spam the BIOS key, then it'll take you to the BIOS menu. That's why I was spamming that key. Just wanted to explain that. Oh, we had no volume this whole time. That's all right. So there. Let's move back. Oh goodness, I moved back way too far. No. Okay, right there. So there's my CD of the installer for Linux Mint. So, oh, funny. I had the PC upside down this entire time. So when I tried to put in the CD, well, you can't put it in when it's when the PC's upside down. So I flip it upright. That way then the DVD drive is actually usable. I guess an amateur mistake. So now click the button, DVD drive pops out. So this DVD has all the information needed to install Linux Mint. Pop that right in there. And then I boot off CD/ROM. So there we go. I think very quickly, yeah, right away, greeted by a Linux screen. I am very happy about that. So I guess we're put through the Linux installer. Takes a while. There we go. Now we're in Linux. Here's the thing though. We're running this Linux off the DVD. We're not, like, the information on the DVD hasn't yet moved onto the hard drive. So this is what you'd call a trial version of Linux Mint. Do you see this little disk icon right here? That's actually that's the installer. So that will actually take the information on the disk and then transfer it to your hard drive. That way then you don't need to boot off the disk and you can just boot off your hard drive. So I open it up, of course, go through all, yada yada, keyboard layout, location, blah blah blah, terms and service, and there we go. So that's I think that's the screen where you pick which partition you download Linux Mint onto, and you pick unallocated space, of course, because you don't want to overwrite your old Windows installation. You want that nice dual boot. Takes a long time. All this scripting down here is showing you what files are being downloaded, and here's just, I don't know, a neat little screen that shows you all the new features, stuff like that. Linux definitely takes its time to download. We'll quickly run this through. Hey, so that's a screen saying Linux has been successfully installed. I was happy to see that. Went very smoothly. Okay, so now we restart Linux. Now we're going to boot off the hard drive. Okay, right here. This is a new menu we haven't seen before. This is grub. And basically, you cannot read any of this at all because it's so small. But I think the first option was Linux Mint. The second option was Linux Mint Experimental. And then you had like a couple RAM tests. And then you had Windows 10. Meaning you can basically choose any of those 5 options which is really great, meaning the dual boot got work. So you can boot into Linux Mint. You can boot into Linux Mint Experimental. You can boot into Windows 10. Or you can do a RAM test because it's there in Grub. But yeah. So here, I guess, so as you can see, I got the CD out of the PC. Move the computer a little bit closer because it's a little bit hard to see. But I also got the USB out of the computer, meaning that the dual boot is all on the hard drive successfully. So I think right here, I boot into Linux Mint, and then, have fun with it. Then I boot into Windows, right? No, this is BIOS again. Just to set up the boot order, I think I put Windows 10 first on the boot order. Save your changes. So right there, okay. This is what I was talking about before. So, let's get to a point where you can actually, it's kind of hard. So you got your Linux Mint right here, 15.2 cinnamon. Then we have, advanced options for Linux Mint. Then we have our 2 memory tests. I don't know what they're for. I didn't try them. Don't click them. This is our grub menu. And then you got your Windows 10, meaning we got the successful dual boot. So then I boot into Linux Mint, and I think that's it. I think I called it a day. So, yeah, that was thumbs up. So, I guess that was my whole OS experience of getting 2 operating systems on dual booting a school computer. Miss Harris, I hope you enjoyed watching this lengthy video again. These videos are pretty long. It takes a while to explain everything, and I hope I didn't miss any content that you were looking for. But anyways, thank you for watching.